What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the first episode of the rebranded version of our hashtag AskBGTV, now known as
hashtag AskLiveLeanTV.
So you guys have asked for us to come back with this, and if this show is new to you guys, this is the show where we take your questions, where you post hashtag AskLiveLeanTV on social media at Brad Guthrow. Twitter is the best place to do it, but you post your questions there and we will answer them directly on camera.
Yes, more personal than just like typing you back the answer. You actually get to see us talk through it, and you get to hear both of our sides of the story.
That's
so
right.
It should be good.
That's right. So let's get right into it. Let's go over to the first question. Do you want to read it out, or do you want me to read it?
Yeah, I'll read the first question.
Okay.
Okay, I'm so excited. Okay, so Kelly Marie says, "Hey guys, my question for you is, twice I've tried to completely eliminate sugar from my diet, eating completely lean. Both times I've had gallbladder attacks. The doctor told me that it was because it was too drastic of a change. So while eating clean, the pain would come instantly after eating red meat like steak. How would you gradually eliminate unhealthy foods when your body is completely addicted?"
All right, Kelly, great question, and thank you for all of your engagement lately. I've been seeing a lot of stuff from you, so we really appreciate that. Engagement is everything. It's like our fuel for shooting this show, so thank you for that. To quickly answer your question, a doctor say it's too drastic of a change to cut back sugar. That I would say that might be true. I don't know if that's what's causing you these gallbladder attacks, but my advice would be to cut back slowly on sugar. Just don't go all out. It's not a sprint to live lean. It's more of a marathon. So rather than cutting out sugar completely, cut back on one cookie a day. Or if you're drinking soda, rather than cutting out soda completely, replace one can of soda with one glass of water and just keep going from there.
Yeah, honestly, I think when people have sugar addictions, it's more with beverages than even with food, because it's actually hard, I think, to eat a lot of cookies or something.
Yeah.
It could be candy or something like that, but I think most people overdo it with sugar, with soda, juice, anything that's like liquid form of sugar. That's a really easy way to...
Because it doesn't fill you up.
Yeah, exactly. So you can just have tons of it all day, and you're kind of mindlessly drinking it while you're doing other things. So also sugared coffee drinks are really culprits in that. So if you're having like a lot of mocha lattes and all that kind of stuff, I would say just replace it with water, like just little baby steps. And like he said, not all of them. Yeah. If you're having 5 mocha lattes every day, then just have 4 and then 3 and then 2. Yeah. Take it down slow.
Yeah, slowly cut back. That should help you. Slowly cut back, not an all or nothing thing.
Right. Okay, this way.
Okay, next question comes from Femkey, or at Femkey.L from Twitter. Says, how can I stay healthy when I'm on holiday for a month to Sri Lanka, and which exercises could I do?
That is a great question. I love talking about staying healthy and traveling, because I think it's becoming more of an issue these days. People are more mobile, and all of us are traveling more than ever before. And it's totally possible to stay healthy while traveling. Just because you're traveling doesn't mean that you have to stop exercising and start eating junk food. I know that it's harder to find the opportunities to exercise, but the opportunities are there. Like, Brad, you have that great video of you doing pull-ups, like off the ledge of what is it even? It's like some bars at a boat dock or something, and
I don't recommend you hang off the deck of a boat deck, because if you fall, you're in the water. Only it's an insider. If you're on Facebook, you'd see that video.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to make the point that there is exercise equipment everywhere, and even like you just have to be more creative about it and see opportunities when they normally wouldn't be seen. So just get a little bit more creative with your workouts, and doing body weight only workouts can definitely keep you in shape for the short term. Like, we recommend lifting weights to get in ultimate amazing shape, but body weight workouts are really good for short periods of time, like when you don't have access to a gym.
Exactly. So like I always say, your body is your barbell. And I mean, I didn't come up with that, but it's true, because your body is weight. So you can, when you're on these vacations, use your body as the barbell. Like, check out my LiveLean15.com DVD, where Jessica's mom actually does that all the time when she's traveling, because she travels every weekend. She says, I'm training right alongside you, Brad, when I'm in Singapore or wherever she's traveling to.
Yeah, and she loves to follow along, because you actually have Brad saying, okay, now let's do this. Yeah. Instead of it's just like a written workout program and you have to motivate yourself, you actually have his motivating words and energy and stuff right in front of you on the screen. So you turn that on, 15 minutes, you're going to feel amazing. and, you know, no excuses.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to food, you know, just kind of sticking to the Live Lean guidelines. You know, we have tips for eating out. We have tips on how to even do cheat meals and stuff like that. So search our YouTube channel or our site, LiveLeanTV, and you're going to find a lot of tips for how to eat on the go. I mean, you even did a series of healthiest fast food restaurant
not
meals.
in Sri Lanka, but...
Yeah, maybe not in Sri Lanka.
But I'll give you a quick little rundown when you're eating out. This is simple to do. Start with your protein. So when you're ordering off the menu, figure out what your protein is. So hopefully it's a lean protein source, not something that's deep fried or battered with something.
Yes.
So start with a steak, chicken, fish, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Then make sure you fill out the rest of the plate with vegetables.
Right.
So they have all kinds of sorts of vegetables there. And then, you can have, you are on vacation, so you can have a little bit of a, piece of bread or something like that. I keep trying to tell you guys is this isn't an all or nothing thing. So if you're on vacation, I don't want you just not having fun by being way too strict. Live a little bit, but just keep it dialed in just a little bit as well. Just don't go off the deep end.
And you know what? If Brad and I were going to Sri Lanka, I'm sure we would enjoy some of the local cuisine and try to taste all the flavors that they have. So yeah, just don't keep yourself stuck in that like fitness box of like, I can't do this, I can't do that. Because truly you can do anything you want, but just making better choices is going to make you feel better after the vacation's over. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, but great question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the next question here, and this is from Snapchat. So we're getting a lot of engagement on Snapchat. Love Snapchat. So keep the questions coming in. And if you guys want to do, we can figure out how to do video Snapchats. If you send me a video, I'm going to see if I can somehow record that and then post it here so we can actually put your beautiful face on there asking us the question. This one comes from Cisco Balls. What's up, Cisco Balls? And shout out to you, brother, because you are also killing it with the engagement. You're asking a lot of questions. So if we recognize you guys on here, we're going to put your questions up at the forefront. So
don't be shy.
Yeah, his question is deer meat, ? What about shellfish? So do you eat deer meat? And what do you think about shellfish?
Is deer meat like venison?
Venison.
Oh, it is venison. Okay, so maybe I've eaten it like at fancy restaurants or something, but we don't cook it. I don't, just because it's like, where do you even buy that?
Yeah, well, honestly, my uncles have a farm and they went out and they were hunting.
Oh.
And they would shoot a deer and bring it back, do all the cutting, the cleaning, everything else.
It's probably very lean, isn't it?
Well, it's not something that I'm going to do, but wild gamey meat is the most healthy form of meat you can have. The stuff you're buying in a grocery store is not the same as what you get if you actually go out in the wild and kill with the animals.
It's so true. I actually prefer to eat like wild meat than like farm raised. So
the omega-3 ratio, because
how does it taste though?
It tastes gamey.
Yeah, gamey.
It does. It tastes a little bit gamey, but it's something you're going to get used to. And
I could probably get used to it. And if we season it right?
Yeah, exactly. So I have had it. It's not something that's in my everyday diet because you can't get it or we just don't find it everywhere. And
we don't live on a farm.
But if I had access to it, sure, I would eat it. And
shellfish?
Shellfish. I'm also a huge fan of shellfish.
Yeah.
Shellfish.
Shellfish?
Shellfish.
Did you say shellfish?
Is shrimp considered a shellfish?
Yeah, I think so.
Shrimp is great.
Right? Anything that has a shell on it, right?
Shrimp is a great snack that a lot of people don't think about. We're always asked this question about how do you have a high protein snack.
Yeah.
Shellfish or shrimp is a great one of those frozen shrimp trays. As long as the sodium's not too high in it, it's a healthy alternative for a protein source.
Yeah, and I think we have a couple of recipes at least in Team Live Lean using shrimp or scallops or any other type of seafood. Scallops?
I love it. Scallops.
I don't know. But anyway, both seem like great sources of protein. I don't see why you wouldn't have them. Yep. It really, whatever you're eating depends on kind of the environment that you live on and what you have access to. So it's not like those are bad foods. It's just they're not really part of our personal diet.
Well, shellfish are.
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
Not like a staple,
just
though.
To the last point to that question is we just recently went out for dinner for Jess's birthday. And we were looking at the menu and I saw duck on the menu. And I'm like, I don't ever make duck at home.
Yeah.
But it's something like when I do go out, I
you
look for
didn't
something
order it,
because we went with something else.
We got shellfish.
We were
instead,
shellfish.
Actually, we had like
shellfish.
this like seafood pot that had mussels and clams and all that. It was really good.
So my only tip would be if you want to kind of get your range of options, you know, expand a little bit on your dietary eating. When you do eat out, don't just go for steak or chicken or stuff you cook at home. Go for something a little bit different.
Yeah, it's your opportunity to live it up a little. Okay. Bryony Miles, I hope I'm saying that right. Hi, Brad and Jess. Great to hear you're coming back with the videos. I think the fact that you are both so interactive with your viewers and always respond to comments, questions I have had has been a huge reason why I've committed to living lean with you guys. Yeah, this is great. She's also a Live Lean coaching client, just so you guys know.
Shout out.
Yeah, awesome. And how have you found dealing with all the following on social media and keeping up with it all? That's such a great question.
Yeah, it is a good question. And even though this show is called #AskLiveLeanTV, this show doesn't have to be just about fitness and nutrition. We can answer questions about a lot of other things as well if you guys want to know about it. So this question here is more of a business question from us. And since we are both entrepreneurs and this is our full-time gig, keeping up on social media is very important to us. It's very important for us to be engaging with you guys, providing valuable content, and actually responding to your questions, which is one of the reasons why we did this show.
Yeah.
But it's very difficult to keep up with it all. But
it can be overwhelming at times, just because it does not stop. Like it's not between 9 and 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Social media is 24/7. So you can turn off notifications if you're getting too many. You can just decide when you're going to check them, so you're not checking them constantly. Because I found for myself that can be overwhelming if I'm checking things constantly. You agree?
Yeah.
So we kind of moderate like how often we're checking things, and then also you just kind of get in the flow of it. It becomes a habit once you've done it for a while and stuff, and I think it becomes easier.
Yeah, but if I had to say what I'm most psyched about lately when it comes to the social media, it's Snapchat.
I've been really loving Snapchat lately. It's like my favorite.
I had to convert her to Snapchat.
Yes.
She in the beginning was like not all about it, and I know a lot of you guys probably aren't on it yet, but I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be the social media of like to this year, next year. So if you're not on it yet, get on it now, because it's going to be their way to engage. And
Facebook is amazing too. And they each social media platform has their own benefits, pros and cons. And what's nice about Facebook is that you can kind of post a picture and then really be, elaborate with there's no limit to how many words you can type and everything. And like Snapchat, they disappear after 24 hours.
Right.
So that's sort of the limit to that one. But the great thing is that it's so real, and it's, you can't Photoshop yourself on, you know what I mean? On Snapchat, you can't make your waist look smaller than it is, or your butt look bigger, which is great, because I feel like Instagram is really, a lot of stuff you see on Instagram may not be real.
Yeah. So
I just like Snapchat for the realness and the like face-to-face connection. It's almost like you're having a FaceTime call with like a family member. You know, it feels like really close. So it's good.
So in the video description below, we'll put the links to our Snapchats and our social media accounts if you guys aren't following yet. Okay, thank you for that question. And you are also another one that I'm going to point out that you are awesome when it comes to engagement. So thank you so much for all of that. Next question from Snapchat comes from Ryan Slater 21. Ryan says, quick question, how do you get rid of armpit fat? I don't have a lot of fat on me, but no matter what I do, it just doesn't go away. Armpit fat.
I assume that's about like this area right here. Probably not like in the armpit, right? It's like this part.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know. I've gotten asked that question a lot as a personal trainer, like in the last 10 years. I mean, that question just never ends. That and bingo wings and muffin tops. There's certain areas on the body where it's a fold. So there's excess skin, like no matter how lean you are, but...
And regardless of where it is, the answer is always the same answer.
Fat loss, bro.
Yeah, so the answer is, A, you can't spot reduce. So it's not like if you do more lateral raises or something, it's going to get rid of your armpit fat. Not going to happen. It's just an overall body fat reduction is what it is. And if your fat holds there the longest, then you know what? It's going to come, but it's just going to take a little bit longer than all the other body parts.
I've never seen anyone who is at their lowest potential body fat still having like pockets of fat somewhere.
Right.
Like if you have pockets of fat, it just means that your body fat is like a little higher than it needs to be here, you know? So that's really what it comes down to. And then how do you get your body fat down is that question we answer all the freaking time.
Yeah.
So you have to watch our other videos for that. We're not going to go into that here.
Yeah.
But yeah, losing body fat is our specialty. So follow us.
Okay. So we're going to try to keep these episodes to, these are a little bit longer than what you guys are used to, but the reason that is because we have a lot of questions coming in, and we're also going to be using the audio from these episodes as an audio podcast. So if you guys don't have time to watch these videos, you can actually listen to these videos. We're going to be uploading these as an hashtag AskLiveLeanTV podcast on iTunes, on Stitcher, and you can just download them, listen in the car to us, and take us to the gym with you. And so you can check us out that way as well.
Okay, so next question is from Greg Palmer. That's Palmer Family Man on Twitter. He says, Brad, what is the best way to add calories to my diet?
Great question, Greg.
That's a good one.
And I sound like a broken record, but brother, you are another guy who's engaging a lot, so appreciate that.
You guys are all our top engagers, and that's why we pick you first.
The easiest way to add calories to your diet, if you're looking to add lean, healthy style calories, is I find nuts. So nuts.
You love them nuts.
Nuts, seeds,
Not to be dirty.
high calorie, calorie dense, and full of
Nudies?
micronutrients. So you're getting a lot of vitamins and minerals in there. So eat more nuts for snacks. You can add nut butters to your shakes. You can also, another way to do it is, this is not as clean, but you could add juices to your smoothies. So we typically tell people just use water in your smoothies.
But if it's 100% fruit juice, it's still sugar, but it's cleaner than if it were like artificial juice.
Yeah. So, but that's only for people who are lean and they need to add calories because they're just an ectomorph. So an ectomorph is they just have a harder time adding body fat. So stick with higher fat sources. Coconut oil is another way that you can just take a spoonful of coconut oil. It's delicious.
I would say lean more towards the fats than the sugars.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you might, if you increase your sugar quite rapidly, like we talked about in the first question, that could be a problem for fat storage.
Yeah.
But when you're increasing your fat, it usually doesn't convert to fat as fast or as commonly that sugar would.
Yeah.
So it'll control your insulin better. It'll help you put on lean gains instead of just blowing up.
And that's what we're all about, is lean gains. So let's jump to one more question. Let's just do it. Last question from Facebook from Nora Anderson. Nora says, should I work through pain? The kind that is not from like a broken arm or something serious like that. I'm talking about really sore muscles.
Aha. Really sore muscles should be allowed some recovery, because what that means is that you tore them up good in the gym, which is what you need to do. But if you never let those muscles recover, then you're going to kind of extend that soreness for longer than it needs to. And then you're never giving yourself a chance to, repair and rebuild stronger, which is what you want to do. Like half of the game with building muscle is more than half is recovery. Like recovery is so important and so overlooked. So if you just continuously go to the gym and just tear yourself down, you're going to eventually hit a wall where you just can't anymore. And so it's much better because, like we say, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's not something you just do once or just do short term. It's a lifestyle. So you want to get yourself good and sore, but then take a day or two off and then go again, instead of working through the pain, like you say, and just doing every day in a row.
But
yes?
I'm going to take the other side of this as well. And you guys are going to see this a lot, that we, even though we're husband, wife, we're both fitness professionals, we do take opposing sides on certain things.
Yeah, we have these conversations in the car sometimes, and we debate a little bit.
But everything she said was bang on. But I'm just going to have to put like a little asterisk beside that, because it's all specific. So if you are brand new to fitness, the first workout that you do when you're lifting weights, you're going to be frigging sore.
Yeah, that's
Does
true.
that mean you have to take 4 days off
No.
to train again because you're still sore? Absolutely not.
Yes.
And what really happens a lot of times when your muscle is sore, it needs more blood to get into the muscle to help reduce that soreness. How do you do that? You work that muscle out. So for instance, if you do a chest day, if you do a chest day and your chest is sore, do some push-ups, some body weight exercises to throw some more blood in there, and it'll actually help reduce that soreness. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, so I just don't want you guys to be, I'm not calling you out here, but just be wimpy and like, oh, I got a little soreness, I can't work out today.
Yeah, and don't be like, oh, LiveLeanTV told me not to work through the pain. Like, we're telling you sometimes you need to work through the pain. But it really, like you said, it depends on the case, depends on the person, depends on how sore we're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of variables here. So the answer is sometimes yes.
Yeah,
sometimes no.
Once again, it's going to be the question that we answer with a lot. It depends.
I know. I kind of hate that word depends because it's just, it's what we always go to. But it's so true. And that's why we do custom programs for people who really need the one-on-one help. You know, like our programs are designed to work for everybody in general. Like LiveLean Afterburn has been like amazing, working for all different people of all different age levels and genders and everything. But sometimes, you might be a unique person with a unique situation who needs unique answers. So if you do, that's why we're here for you guys.
All right. So I think we're going to call that an episode. We're going to cut that off. That was awesome first episode, guys. Awesome questions that you have coming in.
Yeah, we appreciate
that. I just want to say a quick thank you to everybody. This last week was the launch of my new book.
Yeah, baby. Think and Live Lean, in case you didn't know the book.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to pitch you the book with this episode because these episodes is really about giving more value back to you guys. We work really hard to really try to help you guys, but this is our profession, so we do sell products to help you even further. So we'll tell you to do something, but then we're like, if you really want to get your results to the next level, take this program and do it. But I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who picked up the book. You've been tweeting me with photos of the book, Instagramming me, and all those Amazon reviews that are coming in. Amazon reviews was my major goal for this project. It's not to, I said this a couple times, it's not about making $1 million off this book. It's about just getting the reviews up on Amazon just to help promote the word, build the credibility of this brand and everything else. So if you bought the book, thank you. But the next thing I need you to do is to go to Instagram and write a review for it because
Instagram? You mean Amazon?
Sorry, Amazon and write a review for it because that would absolutely mean the world to me. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I poured my heart and soul into this book and I'm really happy with that you guys are everything I've heard so far is that you guys are loving it. So thank you.
Yeah, if you've learned anything from us along the way, from any of our videos that we've watched or anything that we've done on social media, the best thing that you can do to repay us is just share. Like tell somebody else about us, tell someone about one of our products that you may have used, one of our programs that you've gone through that got you good results. Just tell the world because that just helps our mission and that's what is really gratifying to us when we can help so many people.
And that's actually one of the last steps in the book. If you guys have got all the way through the book, so share us out.
Yeah, and don't be shy. Like, also don't be shy to talk to us. I know sometimes people think that we're like, they're like afraid to email us or ask questions or something. But that's we're totally telling you do that. We want that.
Well, email's not the best way.
Yeah, not email.
Social media is the best.
We're overwhelmed by email.
I gotta ring you in a little bit.
What did I just say? But definitely tweet us, Snapchat us, Instagram, all of that stuff because we just really appreciate the engagement. And we know that over the years, some people, we call them lurkers. They finally come out of the shadows and show themselves. It makes us so happy. Yeah. So if you have been lurking, show your face.
Yeah. So let's end this episode with a question. So I want to end every single episode with a question so we get as much engagement from you guys as possible down in the comment section below. So today's question, what should today's question be? Let me just throw something out there. I'm going to throw something from my personal, what I love right now. It's playoff time. I sat in front of the TV today watching the Penguins lose, and I sat in front of the TV. If I seem a little salty today, it's because they lost, and the Raptors lost this morning. So my question to you is, what team in the NBA are you rooting for to win the championship? You can handle. I know she doesn't care anything about this, but
what should I ask? What's your favorite nail polish?
Next episode, you can take care of the question. Geez, so thank you guys so much. Put that down there. Make sure you share this episode out and watch out for the podcast of this as well. I'll be sharing more of that information once we get the podcast up and running. So thank you guys. We'll see you at the next episode. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Bye.